Welcome to the Rotary Time Show, a public service program presented by Rotary District 7610, Virginia. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610. On our programs, we talk with Rotarians and community leaders and discuss how Rotary International builds partnerships to support local, national, and world communities. I am your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. The success of a Rotary Club is dependent on the club president. They lead, inspire, motivate, and connect their clubs with charities, communities, and others locally around the world. Joining me remotely is Rotarian Jane Nash, who is the president of the Rotary Club of Herndon-Reston, Virginia for the 2022-23 Rotary year. Welcome, President Jane, to the Rotary Time Show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh my goodness, I love it to see you again and see and hear all the wonderful things that you all are doing out at the Herndon-Reston Club. But before we do that, I always love it when I can step back a moment and have my audience learn more about the president. So tell us about Jane before Rotary and what brought you to the Rotary Club of Herndon-Reston.
I am from Northern Virginia. I was born and raised here. My father was in the Air Force, and so we did spend a little bit of time overseas in North Africa and also in Spain. But I was born here, and I went to Broad Run High School and also the Northern Virginia Community College. I am married. I have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. And currently I'm a fitness professional, so I have 4 certifications in personal training. I'm an exercise physiologist. I also am a group fitness instructor. And in the past, I've been a fitness director of a large over 55 active adult community. And so working with thousands of people, I've just gotten to know so many different wonderful people, and some of them have been Rotarians. I got involved with Rotary from my husband, who is also a Rotarian at the Tyson's Club. And I started attending some of his functions. And what I really loved about it is just the sense of community and the sense of family. I always felt very welcomed at any of the meetings that I attended. And they also did a lot of different events that I was a part of. And they made me a part of that as well. So it was always a great pleasure, a lot of fun. I learned a lot from it, and it's just giving back to the community. And I just saw all of the passion and the drive to help others, and that's always been very important to me. Wonderful. As a fitness professional, I've always helped people to help reach their fitness goals, but it's a lot more than that sometimes when you're listening to people tell their stories and listening with intent, and also trying to do the best that you can to help them achieve those goals.
Well, it's great hearing that. I love the fact that you're a fitness personnel and you're working with those 55 and older. That means that means you can get a lot of folk going, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Tell us a little bit about the Herndon-Reston Club.
Absolutely. I've been in the Herndon Club for about 2 years. And I love that club. In fact, I knew a lot of the Rotarians because my children went to school with their children. Mm-hmm. So over 30 years, I've known some of the Rotarians in that club. And so I actually started in the 7610 E Club. And so I was there for, I don't know, less than a year. And I just really wanted to get more involved in the community. So then I joined the Rotary Club of Sterling. And I was in that club I was his club secretary. And then I decided to transfer to the Rotary Club of Herndon. And I was doing their public image. I still am public image chair. But then they asked me if I would consider being their president. And I thought, what a great opportunity. And it really is. A few months ago, the Reston Club came to us and they wanted to see if they could merge with our club. And they had been an active club for over 45 years. Our club has been, the Herndon Club has been chartered since 1939. So the Reston Club wanted to join our club, and of course we considered that, and we were thrilled really to know that and have them in our club. And so that merger became effective on June 30th, 2022.
Wow.
They have done so many different projects in Reston, and we're just hoping that we can continue some of those projects. And also because it's just a wonderful area, the Reston area, as well as Herndon. So much history, and so many different good programs giving back to so many people in our community.
And they have a history, as you just said, they're known for their service to community, both of those communities. So it's great here, and congratulations on the successful merger, and congratulations on your new leadership role. So that's wonderful to hear. Talk to us about some of the club service functions that you have in place currently now, with the, I guess, under the new merger.
Absolutely. Currently, we have a wonderful community services chair. Her name is Elisa Berman. And Elisa is a real go-getter. She is such a wonderful Rotarian. She has started so many different projects for the club. During the holiday season, she did a Candyland program where she went to different schools and they were able to provide gifts for the children. We sponsored about 86 children, and then the community also made donations, bought presents, and then we got our Interact. We have 2 Interact clubs, but we got the Interact Club involved in helping us to wrap presents, and then all of us went over and we delivered the presents to the family. She also did a kids helping kids. It was a fun bike ride, and that was held in the Herndon Town Square. There was probably about 37 children, and we partnered with another nonprofit, the Green Lizard Foundation, and they actually donated bicycles. This was a fun bike ride, and they did about 5 miles, the children, and they were supervised with other Rotarians, as also by cyclists from the Green Lizard. And we actually raised about $4,200, and that money was actually donated to another nonprofit, Kids Are First. Okay. And Kids Are First, they actually purchased school supplies, and so we purchased 800 school supplies for children, and 800 children, and in over 75 different schools in Fairfax County and Loudoun County.
Yeah, for Kids Are First is they've been around a good little while, but they offer school supplies to schools in the Northern Virginia region. They are phenomenal in terms of how they support the schools. In fact, I believe the founder is a former elementary classroom teacher, so that's all good. Yeah. Is your club a breakfast, lunch, or dinner club?
We have a lot of options for our Rotarians to attend meetings. We are a breakfast club, so we have the first and the third week, we have a breakfast meeting at 7:30. We meet at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, and then we also have a virtual meeting the second week of the month, and that's again at 7:30. And then but also we have a satellite club, and our satellite club has 2 meetings a month, and they meet at the Herndon Fortnightly Library, but they also meet in Reston. And so we have a lot of options for Rotarians to attend our meetings. We also do a happy hour social, and that's held the 4th week, and that's from 5 to 7 p.m. We've been having it at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern in Herndon, but we're hoping to also find a place in Reston to also gather with fellow Rotarians, invite their friends, their business colleagues, and just to have a really good event and getting to know one another.
Now we
it's
know,
been really wonderful.
the fifth of the Ford-Away test is have fun. So you're doing just that, which is wonderful.
We are.
Let's talk about your club functions. Hey, I know we've come through a pandemic. Were you all able to continue with your club functions, or did you have to pivot and transition over to virtual as well?
We absolutely did virtual the entire time. We were probably virtual for maybe 18 months, and but we were able to really do a lot of our meetings. We had speakers. It was really wonderful because we were able to get speakers from all over the country. We even had a Rotarian from India who joined us. We had a speaker from New York. And so we were also able to continue a lot of our different projects, such as the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. That's a literacy program. We also continued our food drives. So we did that once a month. We also were involved in cleanups, so all around the WNOD trail. So things that were outdoors, that were safe, we were able to continue. So yes, we really just we all banded together, and we had, we just were really able to. We have wonderful Rotarians who have been in the club, some of them 30, 40 years. And then we have some new people as well, but it's just been a really great experience. And so it was fine. And then we decided that once we found that it was sort of safer to go back, we slowly transitioned back. And that's why we did the schedule where we're doing a few in person and the virtual option as well.
Wow, to meet the needs of so many different Rotarians, that's wonderful. Community service. What are some of your programs that you've offered to your community?
Well, of course, we've offered the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. That's a literacy program. We have delivered, through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, delivered over 160,000 books to children. And also about 1,500 children receive a book each month. Again, like I said, we do our food drives. What we also did this month with Literacy Month in September, we decided to partner with the Lions Club. And so what we did was we did an eyeglass collection. We put boxes so that people could drop off, good eyeglasses at several sites around the area, collecting eyeglasses to be recycled. We also did a program with Aldrin Elementary School in Reston, where we collected gently used and new children's books. And we have most of them. We're going to give those to that school very soon.
That's wonderful to hear all the things you're doing for our young kids. Okay. We're going to talk more about that in a few minutes, but right now we're going to take a short break and be right back and talk more with President Jane Nash from the Herndon-Reston Rotary Club. Please stay with us.
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action in communities all around the world. Together, we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved at Rotary.org.
Welcome back to the Rotary Times. We're here talking with Rotarian Jane Nash, the president of the Rotary Club of Herndon-Reston, Virginia, for the 2022-23 Rotary year. Jane, thank you for sharing with us the many community service programs that your club is offering to the schools and other organizations. Which one has been the most meaningful to you?
You know, what I really love are the food drives. I've participated in many of the monthly food drives. So we set up a table, we go to this site, it's called Arts Herndon, and we set up a table, and it's so amazing to see the response, not only of Rotarians dropping off food, non-perishable food and hygiene products, but also just the community. And they'll say, "Oh, we saw your flyer here," or so it's just really great to see the response of the community. During the pandemic, it was heartbreaking to see lines of people around buildings, schools, in cars, picking up food, needing essentials for their families. And so it just warms my heart that Rotary has stepped in to help fill that void. Wow. And also, during the pandemic, we actually bought gift cards, food gift cards for families. And there was also, at one time, there was an apartment fire locally, and our Rotarians, they jumped in, they donated gift cards, clothing, shoes, however they could help for these 11 families that were in need.
Wonderful.
So I think for me, I think the food drive really means a lot to me.
Wonderful. It's good to hear. We'll always reach out to all the rest of the clubs. We're always willing to be there to help you out also. How about vocational programs? Does your club offer any vocational programs?
We have a wonderful youth services, Richard Ramsberg. He's our chair. And we have 2 Interact clubs. And during Vocation Month, we actually have, many of our Rotarians have gone and to the school and have told about their professions. We had one Rotarian, Judy Redpath, and her background is in finance, and so she actually went to the school and talked about, to the Interact students about her profession and also about being a Rotarian. So these things, when I think it's inspiring. It gives the kids, the children, these young adults, just some great advice on not only about furthering their education with college, but also being involved in Rotary. And that's been very special.
Yeah, and also you mentioned she has a finance background. I know Fairfax County Public Schools has a literacy standard, financial literacy standard, so she was probably helping them there too.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's talk about now international projects. Does your club host one?
We do. We have a wonderful international chair, Jim Vollmer, and co-chair, Peter Wilmot. And Jim has been instrumental. They both have been instrumental in, first of all, we have the Strategic Water Alliance, and we're a member of that. And of course, with the Strategic Water Alliance, all the various programs that they have done. But we recently partnered with the Chantilly Club, and we have a grant working towards education, early education programs in South Africa. We're also rebuilding a school in Haiti that was damaged by the hurricanes. And we also did another grant a couple years ago where we partnered in South Africa to put in a sanitation system, water wells. And Jim and Peter were both instrumental on making that happen.
That's wonderful. I know there are many clubs in the district that all partner under that alliance, and they're making a difference throughout the world. So thank you, for that and for sharing that information with our audience. How does your family support you? I heard you say you have your spouse is in the Tyson's Club. So how does that work?
We have so much fun because there's always either a meeting or an event. And so it's been great. And I over the years, I've just gotten to meet so many wonderful Rotarians, both from the Tyson's Club, from the Herndon Club. And so my family they see the joy that Rotary has brought to me, and they're very encouraging of my role. I've learned so much being a Rotarian, and I still have a lot to learn. But we have wonderful people in our club who have been so supportive. So not only my family has been supportive, but also my fellow Rotarians and my friends. So they just see the passion that I have to be in the Rotary Club, being a Rotarian. So definitely, it's been a really special experience.
Great. How about the Rotary motto, service above self? Has that been helpful to you as you conduct your own business, work life, setting?
It is. I've always wanted to give back because I know the joy of giving and helping others. I've been that way for as long as I can remember. Just listening to people, telling their stories, being compassionate. treating people with dignity and respect, just being able to become trustworthy, forming solid relationships and friendships, because that's how you grow, and so you connect, and so that has been very instrumental for me, definitely.
How do you handle bringing in new members? How do you onboard new people?
We have a terrific membership chair, Dee Casio, and she has been instrumental with bringing new people into our club. In fact, last week we inducted a new member, Mike Ball, and we also have another woman who we're going to be inducting soon. But we get a lot of leads through the website. We try to populate our website, keep things current. We have a Facebook site, Instagram site. People see us out in the community and they want to be a part of that. We have people come and join us at our networking events. And so we have some really great Rotarians who also invite their business colleagues. And so we've had some really good success with building our club. I'm very proud of all of the work. I think with Dee, she is she's such a kind person, and she just takes the time to reach out. And I know that all of our members are that way. They're just very, very great people. They're just great people, and just reaching out to others to see what we're all about and all the good that we're doing in the community, and it shows.
Do you have a corporate membership to offer?
We hope to. Right now, that's something that's definitely on the agenda to do. We've looked into that. We're considering, different memberships, of course, family memberships, corporate memberships. Those are things that definitely that we have discussed, and we hope to do that. Absolutely.
As president, do you host fireside chats or meetings with your new members to ensure that they are engaging with your club?
We haven't had any per se fireside chats, but we have open communication through our virtual meetings, even our in-person meetings. We always say any announcements for the good of the club, any comments. So we do welcome people to give input in how they're doing and how they're feeling about Rotary, and how can we help facilitate a great experience with Rotary.
That's because I think that's important for retention purposes, if nothing else. Do you have a mentoring program at all?
I know that Dee is doing a great job with mentoring other people. Pat Williams is wonderful with that. We have Dawn Owens in our club. We have some really seasoned Rotarians. We have from the Reston Club, I have a vice president, John Malman. We've got Phil Hunter. We've got some terrific long-term Rotarians who I know that are helping to encourage others about our club.
Wonderful. So are there any other areas that you'd like to share that makes your club unique?
Our club is really special. We do have a lot of fun. Pat Williams recently, we did a magic show. And so there was actually 6 Rotary clubs that came to breakfast. And we had so many different people there. Even District Governor Sheila Brennan was there, Renee Laws and her husband. So we had all these different Rotarians from different clubs. It's about family to me. And I know that I can go to any Rotary Club and feel welcomed and be able to input, feel valued. And so that's what's so special, is that it is about a family and creating community and giving back.
Wow, I want to thank you for sharing your story. If you had one sentence to offer our visiting or viewing audience that's sitting out there that just might be thinking about giving back, what would you say to them?
I would say that as you give, you shall receive. I have seen that. I have felt that. We can be the hope. We can be the joy. We can encourage others and we can lift others. We can be the hands, the heart, the eyes, and we can be the passion, that ripple effect that goes across when we do reach out to others. It makes a big difference. I've seen it, and I'm very proud of the Rotary Club of Herndon-Reston. I'm very proud of our district, and I'm very proud to be part of Rotary. And it's just really a magical, wonderful, and I just feel so rewarded by that experience.
Well, thank you, President Sheila. I'm going to call you said Sheila Brennan, and now you have her in my head. Thank you, President Jane, for being with us today. We've learned so much about your wonderful club, and I look forward to maybe getting over there sometime and visiting with you all, or have you all come and visit us at the McLean Club. It's wonderful. Now, thank you for being here.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me, and I hope to see you soon.
All righty. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610, Virginia. For the Rotary Times program, I'm your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. You're welcome to join us at a Rotary Club in your area for either breakfast, lunch, dinner, or service project. You can find a club near you by looking us up on the internet. Many clubs are hosting meetings in person, virtually, or in some hybrid format. You only need to look us up for details. Remember, our time is your time, and it's time well spent. Please join us for our next program as we continue to celebrate Rotary's 117 years of service above self.